Hey guys, I'm here with a quick video just to show you some of the things I've been working on, and these are just a couple of really quick projects that I worked on this weekend just to kind of get into the swing of things and start to get some of my mojo back. If you follow me on Facebook, you may have seen some pictures I posted recently of me and the guy that I've been dating, and his name is Cameron, and his birthday is this week. My birthday is later this weekend as well. I'm sorry, next weekend, and so we're going to celebrate together and just kind of relax and hang out, but I wanted to make him something handmade because he recently learned a little bit about my hobby and is really interested in it, and that's kind of neat. So I think he would like something handmade as opposed to me buying it. So let me go ahead and just show you what it is. I made this jar and it did not turn out the way I wanted it to. I was really upset and almost just threw it away, which if you've seen my videos before, you know happens a lot, actually. I get really upset with myself when I picture something in my mind and I just can't execute it the way that it looks in my head. I get really frustrated. So anyway, I wanted to do these in like an Old English style lettering, which I attempted to do by etching first. And I don't know if you guys have a secret to etching, but when I've done etching, it just is so faint that you can barely even see it. And so I did it with the Old English letters. And I mean, the letters looked great, but you could barely see it. So then what I did was I took some of the Martha Stewart glass paint and I went over it. Let me show you. I just used this gloss paint, and the tip on it is pretty fine, but it wasn't so fine that I was able to really get the lettering done well. And I practiced on this jar, and you can see the etching. I mean, like, you can see it, but it's just not prominent enough to really be noticeable when it was on this container. So anyway, I practiced a little bit, and I was like, all right, I got the hang of it. And then I traced the letters where the etching was, and it really just did not come out the way I wanted it to. And I almost threw it away, and I got really upset. But so anyway, that's how it turned out. And it says Cameron's Tattoo Fund, and he loves skulls and stuff. So I put this skull in there, and it had a flat back, so I was able to put it on with a glass adhesive, and it smells terrible. It smells like a really strong super glue, and it's sold by Etchall, which is the etching stuff that I used, the glass etching stuff, and they sell a glue that's supposed to hold to plastic or glass, so, and metal too. So I use that. And then I put on the inside, I put just some burlap, and you can see on the back, I just glued it down with that stuff. And when the glue dries, you can still kind of see it. So you can see like big globs of glue, which I'm really unhappy with. But you know, at this point, I just don't have enough time to make something else. So if he doesn't like it, then I'll make him another one. But anyway, so I didn't, of course, didn't want to make it girly. He's a very manly man. He's a mechanic, and you know, really into manly things. So I didn't want to put anything girly on here. The only thing I did put kind of girly was some hearts, which I'll show you. So the top of it was like a purple color, and I just sanded it and painted it black and then covered it with a couple different kinds of burlap. And this one I had, I believe Marla gave me, Marla Rizzo. And then this one was part of a Seven Gypsies album that I've had forever and haven't used, so I just cut a sheet out so I could use it. And then on the top, I just used some different little Tim Holtz gears and screws, and this is another one of those metal skulls I found at Michael's. This is a plastic skull that was in the Halloween section last year I found at Michael's, and just some random things. Around the side, I hot glued this cord on the bottom of the top of it, and then I tied some black string around it that I got in the jewelry section at Michael's. And then I took a piece of chain and curled it around and just hung a couple of charms. I have the skull and crossbones that I found at Michael's, and then I have just a key and just a few little pieces of chain and a safety pin. And these hearts I made out of the flower wire, and I have a tutorial way back at the beginning of my channel where I pretty much copy the Prima Amore hearts, and these are basically the exact same thing that I did. I just painted them though and left them plain. So I did one in black, and then I did one in white, and then I just kind of wove some chain around it and connected it with some jump rings. And then there's a little slit that you can put money in, which I'll probably put like 20 bucks in here or something. I mean, I can't put a lot because all my money went to a puppy that I got him. I was going to put all the money in here, but he has really, really been wanting a puppy, and he found one on Craigslist. It was really cute and only 8 weeks old, and Jilly kind of needed a playmate anyway, so he got that as an early birthday present, but I figured I would go ahead and start this, and it's just a good way for him to save up for, the next tattoo that he wants. So that's the main thing that I wanted to make this weekend and get that done since his birthday is in 2 days. And then the other thing I made was just a small little Valentine's box for his mom, which obviously didn't get to her before Valentine's Day. And I used some reds. I haven't used reds in a long time, but I know her favorite color is red because he told me. So I just did some different flowers on the top. I've got some old Prima stuff that I'm trying to use up. And then I have lots of wild orchid craft flowers. I have the trellis roses, which are like my favorite. And then I have some different little wild roses and tulips and rosebuds from them as well. I started by just taking a white box from Michael's, and I covered it with the paper from the Divine Collection, and it's the pastel pinks and blues. But what's nice about that paper is it's pastel, so you can really add any color to it and make that color pop. So I just used a mask, and to create the red texture paste, I just used the regular texture paste, and I mixed in some red alcohol ink. I can't remember what color it was. I think it was Currant was the name of it. And then I did some hearts, and then I did some spraying with my Tattered Angels Mist as well. And then all around the box, I just layered some different laces. I have this vintage one that I had in my stash. I have this really pretty one. It's a Guy Pierre lace from Wild Orchid Crafts, and then a little tiny bow tie trim for my shop. And then I also used some pearl trim all the way around both sides. Okay. And then for the feet, I had these really weird like pink things in my stash, and they're like some kind of resin piece, maybe for old jewelry or something. Anyway, I had a bunch of them, so I figured I'd use those as feet, and it just gives it a tiny bit of height. And then here I just have a little flower cluster in the front, and the metal piece I actually colored, it was the gaudy like gold color, and I colored it with my Copic markers. And then on the inside it's pretty plain. I didn't really do much to it. I'm probably going to fill it with candy or something. I just have some lace on the bottom, and then this is the trim from Annie's shop. Love this stuff. And then on the top I just made a lace pocket. And I don't know if I'm going to put any like pictures or notes in there or anything, but I just wanted to add something. So that is the box, really quick. I mean, putting the paper on it and stuff, and distressing the paper and then adding the texture and stuff was, a few hours. But then when I actually started just adding the flowers and stuff, it maybe took me an hour to put together, layering the laces and the flowers. Like that's the thing I have most fun doing, is layering laces on a box and putting the flowers on the top. And I just wanted to do something quick and fun this weekend because I honestly didn't have a lot of time. I didn't think I would have any time because I just wanted to make the tattoo fun jar. But I did have some extra time, so I made that. And hopefully she'll like it. So anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of your encouraging feedback on my last video. So I will be back soon. I want to do a start to finish video next. And if you have anything you really like to see, I know some of you have requested to see me do my mini albums, or the fabric album that I did for Sabrina a while back. That's kind of a daunting task at the moment, but if there's something that you'd like to see me create, or like to see a start to finish on, just leave me a comment below and I will work on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Thank you guys.